Let's get everything working together real quick. Y'all know what you need to do. Grab your glass. If you don't got one, go get a glass. Get you a glass. Go somewhere and get you a nice glass. You'd be surprised what you can find at a thrift store. Oh, man. Find you a nice glass, nice personal glass for you and your ancestors. It's time for you to chill with you or you to chill with your ancestors. Get you a nice little glass. This glass can do toast or libations. You know what I'm saying? Nice little glass. Travel nice and thick. You know? My book has come apart at the seams. So I'm going to have to go and get it reprinted. All right, family, listen. Still waiting for some donations. Come on, y'all. I know y'all out there. But it's coming. We are 13 days from Kwanzaa. We are somewhere around 7 days. Sometimes depends 7 or 8 days away from the solstice. Right? I know some of you celebrate Christmas. We are 12 days away from that as well. You know what I'm saying? Basically, we are within a breath of the holiday season, right? We are a breath away from the rebirth of the sun. Right now, masculine energy is fizzing out. Nights are getting longer. Days are getting shorter. That's a symbolic sign of the masculine energy fading, right? And we're about to get to the darkest moment real soon. And then right after that darkest moment, we will rise like a phoenix once again. Just so happens Phoenix is the symbol of Geometry journey. It's one of our sacred symbols, that phoenix, the rising of that phoenix. And and that's a permanent symbol throughout different cultures. In Kemet, they call it the Benu bird. In Geometry, we call it the Benu. And Kemet is Benu. We call it Benu in Geometry for a specific reason. In Native American culture, they call it the Thunderbird. You hear about this bird that incinerates itself. There's many different ways that it incinerates itself and is reborn. It sacrifices itself so that it can continue. Self-sacrificing eternal being. Excellent symbol for us. But first, I want to say good morning. I see you out there, Brother Kwame. Of course, Brother Kwame is out there, one of those daily toasters. I want to welcome you to the congregation of the mighty. This is Geometry Journey Media. Anime? The hell was you out doing last night, girl? Huh? Let's try it again. I want to welcome you to the congregation of the mighty. From here, anime. From here. This is Geometry Journey Media. Had to give it that Act Turner look. Just got done giving you all that praise, anime. This is a Heart of a Summer production. Of course, you know this is a Daily Toast. Where we strive to blow up your old paradigms.
Mr.
Drink your water. Come on, drink your water, but first, take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath and drink some water. Breathe with me. Take your breath. Drink, 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 drink. Or should we say, breathe, breathe, then drink. Oh, beautiful air. Now take your bottle to get the water. Twist the cap and open water. Lift your glass and pour the water. Come on, get your water. Drink, 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 drink. Or should I say, lift, pour, then. Yes. Now move your body and drink some water. Stretch, come on. Move your body, drink some water. Woo, feels better already. Move your body and drink some water. Move your body. Drink, 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 drink. Or should I say, move, then. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Raise your glass. Drink, 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 drink. Or should we say, raise, toast, then. Take your breath and drink some water. Lift your glass and pour some water. Move your body, drink some water. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Breathe, live, move, drink. With the 4 pillars of health. Breathe, drink, eat appropriately, and move. Appropriate diet. Take your breath. Lift and pour. Move your body. Lift and toast your ancestors. Break down. Drink, 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 drink. Lift your glass. Lift your glass. Lift your glass. Brother Kwame, what you mean chronic? Drink, 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 drink. Talking about the chronic. You want to talk about the chronic? You talking about the chronic? I want to thank all those that get up and toast with us directly. And I want to thank all those that come on and check us out later on in the day. But just remember, if you want to get your ancestors on the list, text. Well, let's do this. I have to set up something for that. And I'll set up something for that. So that, well, actually, you can just text your ancestor's name to, you can text your ancestor's name to 77292. 77292. You can text us at Jammy Journey. Let us know you want to put them on that list. And you can just text us at 77292. All right? So be like, yo, I want to put my ancestors on the list. You can text that to 77292. You'll get a message back. Or you can just text ancestors. Matter of fact, I'm going to set that up. You can text ancestor to 77292. I might even start a campaign like that. Ancestor, so that I can go and get my list back out there. Get my list working, right? Yes, indeedy. Yes, indeedy. All right, so tonight, if I have time, because Well, I mean, you know, it's a lot of deadlines coming up. Um, Hopefully, I got my stuff in on time for. Um, Hopefully, I got my stuff in on time for the book, the registry book for Kwanzaa. And if you have it, it's a little bit too late, my friend. But you still can donate to Kwanzaa. Go to ColumbusKwanzaa365.com. So, hey, like I said, we're looking for donations. We trying to make it, we want to make it hot. We got to keep it free. Kwanzaa has to stay free and open to the community. We can have other events and festivals. Well, not festivals, other events where we could charge. I reached out to an old friend, and I'm hoping to get word back because I would love for them to come and speak at our Malcolm X celebration. Yeah, I got to talk with Sister Navita because she had a brilliant idea about a new twist on the Malcolm X celebration to kind of expand it. It was a beautiful idea. So I wanted to know. I'll be reading that. But yo, tonight, what we have is day 52 from the Gianni Journey workbook, travel quotes. I have a few of these available during Kwanzaa. Day 52. God doesn't require us to succeed. He only requires that you try. That's Mother Teresa. Let me say that again. God doesn't require us to succeed. He only requires that you try. Mother Teresa. Wow. Whatever you fear most has no power. It is your fear that has the power. Whatever you fear most has no power. It is your fear that has the power. Oprah Winfrey. Last one. Don't let your enemies get in the way of your work. Don't let your enemies get in the way of your work. That's Nigeria, from the House of People. Don't let your enemies get in the way of your work. Sound like it's gonna be a powerful discussion tonight, family. Sound like it's gonna be where Thunder, you supposed to sound off when you hear something good, man. Damn it. Come on, man. Alright, so we're gonna finish this water and we're gonna get into our toast. I had the pleasure of going to Mr. Cleve's game last night, and he had a look on his face like I used to have when I played basketball. I didn't know what the hell I was doing, but I had, with Cleve last night, I was just playing on the sidelines, laughing and shit, and he was having a good time, so I was having a good time, and so I just was playing. I said, "Get the ball, Cleve." Dude ran down there and got the damn ball. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, let me stay out the way because I don't want to get him in trouble with the coach. But he made a nice little shot too. And I'm like, wow, okay, all right. Definitely athletic ability. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, he had the look on his face like I used to feel when I played basketball, which is one of the reasons I didn't play basketball. Cause I didn't know what the hell I was doing out there. I didn't know. I knew I could get the ball. I knew I could stop you from shooting the ball. But as far as dribbling and all that, I wasn't that good. So, I didn't invest that time. In my neighborhood, it was, I believed that it was safer to play football than basketball. Just saying. Oh, yeah. In Akron, they get down. You know what I'm saying? Akron, they get down. And, you know, it used to be rough out there. You know what I'm saying? And you fight, liable to break. I'm like, I don't want to have nothing to do it. I just rather, I want to know I'm playing tackle. Like, I'm not playing tackle on the concrete. That's what someone was doing. I'm like, I ain't doing that shit. I'm not doing that. And I'm not arguing about no goddamn game. I'll beat you, or, you know, football is a very clear victory. I ain't got to worry about traveling. Just pick up the ball and go. Or see where the ball is and go get it. Very simple. Very simple concept. You know what I'm saying? You can make that shit complicated if you want, but very simple concept. You know what I'm saying? And I don't need a lot of stuff cluttering up me and my actions. Basketball had a lot of stuff to think about. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just gonna leave it alone. So now that's where I was. So family, you know, we're gonna give Cleve a round of applause because he enjoyed himself. And they won, yep. They won. They did real good. And he's blessed to have a very inspirational coach who let him know that he believed in him. And you know, so, you know, maybe Cleve might have another extracurricular activity that he will participate in. Like I said, you know, I don't like going. I know a lot of people like, you should be going to all your son's games and stuff like that. I don't want to be one of those parents where my son feel pressured because I believe that he's my meal ticket and he's going to help me escape blackness, because that's what a lot of motherfuckers out there doing. You know what I'm saying? They think that they could dribble a ball and escape blackness, but that shit is not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Because really, I want y'all to think about that. I want y'all to really think about this shit, right? A lot of people out here trying to escape blackness. They believe, you know, I become famous, be like Michael Jordan, and escape blackness. Michael Jordan has his comeuppance coming. Just letting y'all know, you can't escape it. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? And you shouldn't want to escape it, first off, goddammit. You know what I'm saying? I understand the mixed up beliefs of some of our elders and some of the shit that they told us. But, you know, we know better now. You know what I'm saying? We know there's nothing better than being who we are. You know what I'm saying? So we need to go and embrace that wholeheartedly. You know what I'm saying? And move forward in who we are and go and establish the foundation actually build upon the foundation that was left for us by our people. Complete the foundation so that we can build the monument, right? Build the shelter for our future generations, so that they can, you know, do what's necessary in this world and do what they love to do, rather than doing what they always have to do. I know sometimes you got to do what you have to do, but it would be just lovely if I knew that when I closed my eyes, I left it so that some of my children can do some of the stuff that they want to do. Maybe not all of it, but some of the stuff they want to do, right? I've been pretty blessed in my life, and I want to make sure that I'm able to pass on those blessings to my children. I've been able to travel internationally. I've been able to travel all over the country. I would love for my children to be able to have an option of being able to do that. You know what I'm saying? And you know, being able to see different environments and experience different things and have your mind blown, you know what I'm saying, all over. And when you see different struggles and different people and experience different cultures and find love in those different cultures, and those different cultures accept you for being you and encourage you to love your culture and love who you are, and don't feel insulted or mad because you had all that. You know what I'm saying? I get, you know, for a long time I had to deal with, I've been blessed. I ain't had to deal with it. But I'm starting to notice that some people get upset when you enjoy being black. White people and black people. They get mad because you're happy being you. You're not trying to squeeze in. I'm happy. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, why you happy? Cause I am who I am. I am the great-grandson of Miles Brown. I'm the great-grandson of Robert and Texana Davis. Motherfucker, don't you know? Oh, my fault you don't know. You don't tune into the show. You don't know? You don't know what I come, you don't know what I lost and what I came through and where I've been left. You know what I'm saying? You don't understand being able to be 50 coming through the crack era? God damn it. Come on, man. I survived the 2000. Y'all remember 2000 when the world was supposed to end? Survived that shit. I survived the Cold War. You know what I'm saying? Shit. You know what I'm saying? On a shoestring budget. My fault. Didn't even have a goddamn budget. You know what I'm saying? And lived the life. You know? Because of what my ancestors put in me. Come on, man. Shouts out. But isn't anger part of the black experience? Isn't anger part of every experience? Come on now. Anger is part. See, for us to go around denying anger, right? It's insane. You know what I'm saying? Some motherfuckers could be mad. I mean, and I ain't saying deny your anger, but what I'm saying is, yeah, part of the black experience is anger. You know what I'm saying? But now let me ask you a question. Is anger part of love? Is there room in love for anger? Because I'm going to say if it's not real. God damn it. You know what I'm saying? Because I know some angry parents that's in love with their children but not happy with their decisions. You know what I'm saying? Shit, can you be angry and be in love? Have you ever been angry and been in love? So name an experience that anger ain't part of. I'm not, because like I said, I don't confuse my... Here we go. No, man, it's love and basketball. I hated basketball. Still can't watch a whole game unless I know some magical shit about to happen. You know? So, no, man, it's love and you can have basketball and love, but you can't have basketball and anger. Come on, Kwame. Black Yoda fucking with me. Now, the only thing that would have made it worse if he was put that shit backwards. Basketball and love it is. All right, family, let's get this water done. Come on, drink this water with me. Like shit, But yeah, and then also collective. You don't have to. Well, let me shut up. You know I was about to get on that debt shit, right? So, one of the things that I found out is that on his, oh man, I forgot to send out the damn black signal. That's why. All right, let me go and work on it. Well, it's kind of late now, but anyway, because most of the people that's gonna be here. I'm listening to this tape on this video on white fragility. Real good video, right? And one of the points that she brings up, which is incredible, well, ain't really incredible, but it's like, wow, to be hearing this. White lady said, can't remember her name. She said that the progressives and possible, she might have said liberals, maybe the biggest enemies to us, because there was a change, and she kind of gave a format where I'm thinking, because mixing some of the stuff I'm getting from her, and then with Yvette Cornell, thinking about some of the questions, because Yvette Cornell say you can always tell when somebody. Well, let's start with what Homegirl said. She said that racism or white supremacy made very intelligent. See, because it's a living organism, right? It's an idea, right? It's an idea that's fighting for survival. So it has to camouflage itself. You know what I'm saying? So that it can still stalk up on its prey, or it can hide when it becomes prey. So it transforms. And one of the major transformations that made it very difficult for us now, then it seemed like it made sense. But racism became an issue of individual choice. A mean individual. This individual don't like other people. You know what I'm saying? This individual is a person-to-person thing. Racism was taken from a systematic piece and said, oh, no, this is an individual issue. So you have to prove an individual grievance. So racism became a person-to-person thing. And so you didn't have to acknowledge a systematic white supremacy, a systematic racism. So a lot of people were able to hide their benefits. See, because one of the issues is, because, you know, growing up in the black community, one of the things that I learned was everybody didn't have to like me. But in most cases, there were very few black people with the mechanism to stop me from achieving. I don't give a fuck whether somebody liked me or not. But me not being able to have the opportunity to do what I do because of a system is different than an individual not liking me. So I don't give a fuck whether an individual don't like me. But when somebody does not acknowledge the fact that racism, white supremacy is a system and is not an individual choice. It's not an individual to individual thing. It's problematic. You understand what I'm saying? It's problematic. So when you talking to somebody, and it's like you can ask them a clear question, like when you talking to even one of us, a black person, when you talking to them, and they say some shit like, you know, racism don't exist, and they be like, it's, you know, it's on a, and you get to them to be clear, you know, it's person to person thing, yeah, person mean they don't like you, you know what I'm saying, you know, boom, 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 and that's racism type thing. You know what I'm saying? They're in support of white supremacy. Period. They might not know it. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, a lot of times you got to believe that a motherfucker is actually like white power. No, those are the ones that you want because they're honest about this shit. They can let you know they don't like you. And more than likely, they don't have no power. You know what I'm saying? It's the ones that like you. I like you, but you know how it is. And that's the ones you got to be, them are the ones you got to be careful about, right? Because they don't acknowledge that there's a system that they have been benefiting from. And how they benefit is that they take from you and take from your children. Take those opportunities and they get those opportunities. They get opportunities to fail. You don't. You fail, you fucked up. You done. Kaputs. You know what I'm saying? And then you got part two. So you get the end of it and say, I understand the systematic racism, blah, blah, blah. Next question. Now this one is from Yvette Cornell. Right? Brilliant question. All right, cool. You know, you accept the fact that there is a systematic process of oppressing a people, a systematic process of denying a people opportunity, a systematic process that has been working for hundreds of years in this country. You know what I'm saying? I don't have the actual numbers, but I can give you the actual amount of years that this shit has been working. But we know that we have been up under the thumb, at least in this country, for 400 years. Right? Get to the next question. Yeah, I acknowledge that there's racism and the system is racist. I acknowledge. This is the next question to know who you're dealing with. Y'all ready? Get ready for the question. I need a drum roll. Now I'm going to put my... Fuckery alert. Fuckery alert. Yes, I understand there's racism. I understand. And they'll give you the button. You still have to strive. And you say, I hear you. How you feel about reparations for black people? They ain't for reparations. They ain't in support of white supremacy. Period. Point. Very clear. Thank you. You have identified yourself. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Right? I mean, because you acknowledge what systematically it oppresses other people too. Time out. We was talking about black folk. Now don't bring in. I'm not talking any other. I'm talking us. Do you believe in reparations for black people? No. We can't hang no more. I don't need to talk to you. Oh, here we go. Uh-oh. No man's loving basketball, Brother Kwame. When you have all males playing together, you get the hate in basketball. When I'm playing with my wife, well, you know. Ooh, Kwame, come on, man. Get a room. My fault. You got a room. Ancestor Malcolm X warned us about those liberals. Sure did. I want to add Pharaoh God sister to the list. To what list? Shut up. You talking about to the ancestor list? I'm going to write this name down, man, but I hope you're not talking about the ancestor list, dog. Because she's still a baby then. Is it Kefsiah Yisrael? All right. Yes, and me too, Kwame. Kwame said, I want reparations 3 times over. Yeah, man. There is a gap. And there is a chasm, ain't even a gap. It's a chasm that you have to be a super athlete, mentally, physically, and spiritually, to leap over that motherfucker, or somebody has to reach across that motherfucker and throw you a rope. Right? And the most of us reach it, and because we can't jump it, she ate a fruit with parasite. Wow. When we have the live show, you have to go and have this discussion with us, because I'm trying to figure this out. But yeah, there is a gap that when you reach it, you know what I'm saying? Because one of the things, like I said, man, I'm so bothered by it, because I used to tell people this, it's your motherfucking fault. You know what I'm saying? I understand the drive and shit and all this, you know what I'm saying? And getting up and doing the work. And I do know a large amount of people. I do know many people that don't. But I know a whole lot that get up and bust their ass every day. And they just can't make anything meet. Fuck the ends. They can't make anything meet. And you can't tell me they're coming from a people, you know what I'm saying? Coming from a people who everybody else's sins have been manifested through us. Everybody else's sins, everybody else that come here are able to throw their bullshit on us. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker work as slaves and you call them lazy. Motherfuckers are stolen and you call them thieves and criminals and murderers. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers has been raped and you call them rapers. Work the land and you squatter. You know what I'm saying? All of the ills of the society have been focused on us. And we have to stop allowing that shit. We have to stop feeling guilty. And we have to make sure, and family, we have to start training ourselves and training our children that we should be comfortable with other people being uncomfortable when we're in a room. And be uncomfortable when they want to have these conversations and even driving and having some of these conversations with people. You should feel others and some of our own folks should feel uncomfortable when we have a black somebody that want to represent us black in politics. They should feel uncomfortable if they don't feel like us. When a white person is a politician come ask for our vote, they need to be made to feel uncomfortable if they're not going to carry our cause. Everybody around us the police, when they come into our neighborhood, they need to feel uncomfortable. Because we already know what it's about. So I'm going to finish my water and do my toast and get up out of here. I'm sorry, family. I ain't mean to jump off on that. I know some of y'all out there, bro, that's not good for business. Let me be truthful with you, family. You in business to make money so that you can live your life. But in being in business to make money to live your life, the question I have to constantly go back to you, are you in business and making the money to live your life? And this is to the majority of you. If you're not doing it, right? You're not making it, and you plan to be making it, you have to ask yourself the question, what's stopping you from being able to make it, or already stopping you from already having it? Most of the people that's listening to my show have been in America maybe 6 generations. As a matter of fact, we need to do a poll. How many of y'all can go back at least in doing your extensive research? How many of y'all could go back and be in it and been in America for over 6 generations? And then we need to poll that number and see what the income status of people in our group is so that we can actually see, because this is the challenge, right? Because I have people around me that be like, yo, we got money, blah, 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 boom, boom, boom. Then let's do the research with the small group we got. We got 250 people on the Kwanzaa list. We need to do a survey and really start looking to see where we are financially as a people. Right here in Columbus. So if what I'm saying and some of the numbers I'm seeing is not real, we be like, look, we did a survey. We only surveyed 100 people in our community, but shit, we doing good. Oh, goddamn. That $1,700 in wealth is kind of high. You understand what I'm saying? We need to be able to do that type of stuff. We need to be able to have these conversations. Like I said, people got to be uncomfortable, right? So that we could actually look at and ask ourselves this question. If we have been here for 5 and 6 generations, how is it possible that a majority of us can't afford to get our car fixed if it breaks down without pulling out a credit card? You mean after 6 generations, our people was just so trifling that we wasn't stacking money? Or was it that we wasn't allowed to stack money? Or was it that we wasn't allowed to compete, or was it, you know what I'm saying? And many of us is trying to fight over deficits that were not because of who we were as a people, but because of where we were and when we were as a people. You understand what I'm saying? And it's like, yo, some people are like, that don't matter. You know what I'm saying? You saying history don't matter? History don't matter? History has no effect on you? And the place you are right now? It was history that had you born in the neighborhood that you was probably born in. It was history that had you going to the schools that you went to. History. Right? And you caught in the past, Brother Tim. No, I'm caught in the now. And my now, my now is anchored, is built up. Because like I say in our inner libations, when I'm pouring for our future generations, I want to build so that my children have a firm foundation to stand upon. The foundation upon which I am standing upon is tattered and need to be firmed up because it has been constantly up under attack. Let me finish my water. Gotta finish my water. I'm sorry, family. I get into it sometime, and I can't get out of it because for years I've been trying to make sense of it, man. You know, I came up believing my grandfather was rich, and I really understanding the situation. You know what I'm saying? And really noticing him getting up before day and coming back right before nighttime and shit. Not really noticing what's going on. Not really noticing what we didn't have because they made it. My grandma was able to make it so comfortable for us around there. You know what I'm saying? And not really, you know what I'm saying? Not really seeing it, not really understanding it. Nobody really ever talking to me about it. So I make sure I talk to my son constantly about it. You know what I'm saying? I make sure that my kids they hate listening to some of the shit that I'm listening to. But I know some of it's gonna come in handy when they get older. Because I don't want them under no goddamn illusions. I was up under illusion half my goddamn life. More than half. I'm 50 now. I didn't snap out of the illusion until I was about 35 years old. And and even though I was into studying black history and African history and stuff like that, I was still caught up in a goddamn illusion. And because I was caught up in the illusion, I was lost in the motherfucking maze. And it's like, boom, cold water hit me and said, don't make no goddamn sense. This don't make no sense. We got motherfuckers approaching trillionaires. We got one individual who got more money than all black people here. And this motherfucker is 2 generations here, 3 generations here. And that makes sense. And you can find a way to have that make sense to you because he hustled. You believe that? You know what I'm saying? You won't hustle. Look at a grandmother taking care of grandkids. You won't hustle. You know what I'm saying? You want to talk about hustle? They don't ever talk to me about hustle and talk to me about. I'm sorry. I get so upset sometimes about some of this shit, man, because it's just ridiculous to me. The way sometimes we have been programmed to think, and we got to make people feel uncomfortable about some of the shit that you better not. You need to have a look on you. Start having a look on you. You better not say that shit. I wish you would. I'm sitting right here. I got the data. I got the information. Stop it with this fantasy, magical thinking bullshit. We in a war. I can't magically think these economic bullets up out there. I can't magically think these. I don't know. It's one of those mornings. It's Ujima. I'm thinking about resources. We live in a country where they could say that the president could break the law and not be prosecuted, when every last one of us got a member in our family that did some petty shit and ended up in jail. And that shit don't bother people. Come on now. Come on now. Talk to me. Could sit and openly say, hey, I'm in support of a motherfucker that killed a reporter in his country. Come on. Talk to me. This is what we living with. I'm in support of this motherfucker that killed. Hey, but that's that's the battle we in. I'm loving it. All right, so now first giving honor to the Creator by whatever name you choose, call it Creator. We lift up our glass and we salute that Creator and we say Ashe. Going to our illustrious list, the stars of the show, our ancestors. And yep, I paid, I got a couple more dollars to pay, but I'm going to take care of it. Miles Brown, Miss Dan, Robert, Alexander Davis, Herman Brown Sr., Rosalie Tilley, Georgia William, Walter, Christopher Gasson, Aunt Lena, Uncle Chris, Aunt Fiend, Cleveland, Geneva Brown, Margaret Ellis, Wash Ellis, Cecil Ellis, Alvaro Brown, Gina Gaines, Herman Brown II, Barbara Twiggs, Wash Ellis Jr., Katie Ellis, Nikki Ellis, Jamon Jones, Jeremiah Tappan, John Fallar, Machu Pimpinel, Normal X, Pet Mont, Ron, Malika Fakor, Dr. Mary Ann Williams, Kojo Kamal, Elder Farmer, Elder Millie Dixon, Tony Clark, Pastor Yusuf Weston, Elder Algeny, Elder Ron Coleman, Elder Robert Donaldson, Alfred Brofro, Hector Jr., J. Edwards, Carlisle Harris, Grace Lundy, Inez Harris, William Bill Moss, Phyllis Rose, Stern, Lucy Wright, Derek L. Pulley, the Luxor Brother, Miss Eda Brooks Crawley, Miss Marie Nelson, Mr. Frederick Crawley Sr., Miss Jerry Brunson, Mr. Lonzo Johnson, Miss Marie McDowell, Jennifer Foster, Charles Jordan, Kel Smith, Walter Smith, Richard Triggs, Francis Johnson, Mary Franklin, Jimmy Williams, Daniel Ford, George Gibson, Nana Loretta Clark, Inez McCrae, Fritz Clark, Frankie Justice, Katie Justice, Derek Renderman, Virginia Rogers, Reverend James Smith, Lois Henderson, Calvin Spratling, Mary Elizabeth Walker, Raymond Walker Sr., Sarah Jane Carter, Michael Ford Jr., Carolyn D. Russell, Susie B. Smith, Teresa Clay, Melvin Hodge Jr., Herman Copeland, Mildred Copeland, Jenny Clay, Bert Beatty, Sarah Weller, Vita Farmer, Agoso, Sue Shell Harvey, Aunt Charmaine, Aunt Evelyn Delos Hasbury, Harvey Hasbury Sr., Leonard Dickinson, T.C. Islam, Terrell Dunbar, Will Thomas, Sarah Berry, Mark Walsh, Merle B. Thornton, Pearl G. Thornton, Ida Johnson, Florence M. Carter, Joanne Thornton, Erica Tricia Lewis, Juanita Wright, Robert Wright, George Wright, Mary, Eliza Frederick Davis, May Elizabeth Rogers, May Esther Keach Larice, Linda Watson Hammonds, Jarrell Giles Watson, Sparrow, Slimmy, Selvin Lewis, Andrew Holmes, Pearl Moore, Percy Moore, Jr., Mildred Owens, Booker T. Bowden, Charlie Hunt, Sammy Stover, Hilda Pearson, Sturgeon Thornton, Richard Thornton, Lavinia Hall, Freeman Bankston, Mary Moss, Ophelia Peacock, Willie Thornton, Napoleon Kennedy, Mark Ramsey, Paul Ramsey, Matt Ramsey, David Ramsey, Charles E. Thornton, Frankie Quells, Eumenia Thornton, Bernice Quells, Ernestine Jackson, Frankie Johnson, Teresa Mormon, Leon Johnson, Charles Bell, Vivian Ramsey, S.E. Johnson, Delrita Johnson, Leon Johnson, James W. West Sr., James Parham, Dana Jones, Human World, James Farmer, Mary Chavez, Leon Grace, Bessie Johnson, Hattie Levester, Mary Moreland, Paul Moreland, Elder Caleb, Rosemary Martineer, Elder Amitep Wellman, Fred Douglas Triggs Sr., Thelma Triggs, Thomas and Lula Berry, Lacey, Eleanor Howe, Frankie Russell and Davis, Fred Douglas Triggs, the second Mina Triggs, Reverend Eddie Moore, Helen Fuller, Eugene Jackson Sr., Richard Ellis, Silas Alexander, Charles Maxwell, Percy May Alexander, Arthur Reynolds, Stanley Lockhart, Ricky Lockhart, William Lockhart, Woodrow Lockhart, Brenda Porter, Deacon Hargrove, Carla Sawyer, Andrew Parker, Doris Donald, Ellis Murphy. How many of y'all have family members that went to Vietnam? DeFrida Hines, Inez Bostic, Edna Bostic, Winifred Scantleberry, Wilson Headley, Elma Hines, Phyllis Lee, Eugene Spratling, Calvin Spratling, Charles Wooden, Penny Brown, Roy Lee Printup Jr., Miriam Johnson, Wilbur Longmire, Edith Catney. How many of y'all had ancestors that went to Korean War? Janice Carter, Michael Carter, Leon Pena Carter, Margaret Carter, Margaret Carter, William Carter, Lisa Jordan, Charles Lee Mosley, Dorothy R. Blair, Florence Evans, Pamela Blair, Ransom Evans Sr., Sam Evans Sr., Nalon Blair Sr., Edward Stevens, Sue Ann Stevens, Joe Davis, Timothy Butler, Gene Holmes, Dana Jones, Peter Charles, Christy Nichols, Connor Robinson, Rosemary Charles, Ada Pearl, Bob Ingalls, Jack Wallace, Warren M. Finch, Warren P. Finch, Tim Ingalls, Audrey Finch, William Billingsley Jr., Jennifer Sensenball, Hazel Gaston, Jerry Brantley, Brian Watson Jr., Kaniko Parsons, Jason Kathy / Bradford, Thomas Bradley, also known as Uncle Buki, also known as Gypsy, Reverend Roosevelt Word the First, Stacey Trice, Frank Smith, Mother Bertha, Michael Leonard, David Brown, Ruth Carter, June Cox, Ruth Cox, Paula Cox, Ronald Urban, Judy Hubbard, Irene Johnson, Francis Boots Jefferson, Cleveland, Dan Wilkinson Sr., Emma McClendon, Real Life at Jimmy Journey, Emma McClendon, Jerry Doyle, Mina Robinson, Mary Nichols, Patricia Williams, Shabaka Teray, Greg G2 Gibson, Donna Hill, Richard Gleavis, Lee Irby, Tommy Irby, Boy Irby, Jim Gaucher, Georgia Haley Johnson, Archie Mark Armstead, Diane Scott, Erica Armstrong, Claire Fox, Gene Evans, Archie Beck, Anna McGill, Charles McDaniel, Christine Cottrell, Al Becker, Ellis Arnold, Arthur Arnold, Hetty Reed, Charles Reed, Cleveland, Eula and Andrew Baker, Patricia and Edwin Brooks, Gwendolyn and Bob Hatch, Kimball Vernon, Bradley Kim, Janie Hare, Tubman Cates, Spencer Sturgis, Sally Mae Baker, Ethel Baker, Creola Baker, Geneva Baker, Aaron Nino Baby Hatch, Hatch Senior, Mally Miller, Housie Hatch, Dad Cleveland, Mother Gibson, Alex Nixon, John Bowie, Lester and Rachel Saunders, Dorita Ross, Riola Ross, Robert Nelson, Francis Stevenson, Leroy Stokes, Neely Johnson. Oh, get up. You ain't got a clock?
No.
You need to make something happen about that. Neely Johnson, Fletcher Swan, Maddie and Charlie Scott, Ida Casey, Thomas Cofer, Vivian Stevenson, Mona Ann Lewis, Cornetta Lyman Lewis, John Jackson, William Dallas Lewis, Mary Francis, Chappelle Jackson, Michael Slade, Joanne Perkins, Richard Jackson, Martha Ford Dawson, Big Mama, Nanny Harris, Eva Ford, James Harrison, Margaret Towns, Mary Williams, Leroy Q. Heath Sr., Albert Moore, Mitch Vanella, Albert Motley, Geraldine Elizabeth, Douglas Thompson, Erlington Houston, Lud Alls, Elijah Alls, Jerome Alls, Henry West Staten, Joe Jamel Alls, Ann Pierce, Donald Carter, Lily Green, Nathan Green, Beth Vaughn, John Dewey, Ruth Beard, Tim Butler, Remy, Laura Newton, J.B. Foggy, Thomas Newton Sr., Bama Naeem, Jeanette Sanders, J.C. Sanders, Roy Pruitt, H.J. Brantley Sr., Henry Wilson, Rufus Jenkins, Minnie Wilson, Catherine Sanders, Muriel Ellis, Elizabeth Battles, Henrietta Irby, Mildred Armstead, Margaret Armstead, Catherine Anthony, Ruby Brown, Charles Walker Sr., Charlie Walker, Cecil Russell, Diane Urban, Haroon Phillips, William Ford, Margaret Logan, Phyllis Barnett, Lee Irvin Sr., Michael Urban, Ozella Watson, Hugo Watson, John Caldwell Sr., Robbie Lee Caldwell, Nevaeh Mitchell, Ron McCormick Sr., Sabrina Easley, Rayshawn Easley, Javea McCormick, Barbara Ann Reed, Dorothy Ann Reed, John Reed, Sheckham, Aha Reed Jr., John Reed, Patricia Reed, Edward R. Benson Sr., Ethel H. McNair, Louis Fernandez, Jacqueline Broadus, Reginald Oliver, Linda Howard, Mazarine Coper, George Swan, Monty Grayson, Charles Scott, Charles H. Scott, Michael and Charlene Morgan, Sybil Edwards McNabb, Annie Ferguson, William Ferguson, Shelby McClendon, Delise Waters, Gladys Johnson, Valerie Clark, John and Mary Sullivan, Dirk Johnson, Antonio Johnson, Jim Robinson, Nigella Paris, Basiji Falani, Kefsaya Yisrael, William Walter West. We lift up our glass and we say Ashe. From there, family, where do we go? We go to the present moment. We are in the present moment, and we have to build a stable foundation upon which our young people stand upon. We need to fix the foundation that our ancestors tried to leave us. They did what they could. Now it's our turn, and we got to firm up the blocks, and we got to make sure that the foundation is stable so that we may build until eternity, and our children always have a firm place to place their feet. Ujima, for those that don't know, Ujima is cooperative economics. The modern principle of the day is reciprocity, which is so powerful. You know what I'm saying? Which is a powerful principle, powerful idea. Reciprocity. I think we're using it in the wrong way. Gratitude is the M7 principle that we teach. The color is green, as you can see by the shirt. Polarity is the Hermetic law today. Male name is Yah. Female is Yah. All right? So we lift up our glass for this present moment, and we say, Ashe. From there, finally, we move to our children's children, on to infinity. We toasting them so that they will one day wake up and say, hey, I need to toast my ancestors. I'm going to celebrate. Hell for African is being forgotten. right? So in order to not be forgotten, we got to do those things to make sure that we will dance in our children's heads and our grandchildren's head and in some cases our great-grandchildren's heads, right? Lift up our glass. Are you leaving a legacy, right? Are they going to be able to read about you? Are they going to be able to read what you wrote? Are they going to be, you know what I'm saying? Are they going to be sparked because they see something in their father, who was your great grandson? Say, damn, my great grandfather did this. Yeah, family, it ain't too late for us. We still building. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful opportunity. We are in an age of, we are in the now. The now is where legends is made. The now is where heroes are made. The now is where greatness is made. Shit. So we toasting our children. You know what I'm saying? So we give them something to look towards. Give them stars to look towards. All right, from there, finally, we move to all of our relations. We toast. We say, Ashe, hold the glass up for you. What is it that you need? Get your glass full, family. I know what I need. Last but not least, I toast the most beautiful, powerful, most empowering individual in the room. That's yourself. I lift up my glass. We say Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Sorry, no black signal today, but I'm out. Peace. Peace out, fam.